this computer. And let me see how much for dig we've got. Let's see. Yeah, we've used 500 gigabytes and 2 terabytes for the dig. And
yeah. So the restoration photos are, when I looked at it this morning, it was like 380 gigabytes.
Okay.
So I think I have space on the AHP drive. They changed the password on it and now I can't log in. Otherwise I would check right now. So I have to get Mike to reset that for me.
Okay.
But that could be an option, just to put this stuff there, because right now it's on a external hard drive that's attached to my computer. And there's a few of these hard drives floating around that have the same things on them. So when Meg was here, she had a backup of this. So I'm sure Hillary has that as well right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just go on my computer, the drive name is called Restoration Photos. And then I have other stuff on here as well, because I had room on this external hard drive, but there's a shortcut to them. Just click on that. So it's a bunch of just stuff. So when Alfredo was here, he has photos, but so I'm clicking on all of these, but some of them are like of Gilmore Cabin, some of them are the house, some of them are his personal photos, and it's sort of like that in all of these. So there's ones from Alfredo. Chad had photos as well, so those are in here. I've sort of taken those. I have photos that I took and added, and then these are the official ones that Maggie was taking. And so and plus these 2 things, but they're all done by the date, so they're chronologic order. And let me see, some of them are tagged. I'm gonna check. So this one has some tags, but not a lot. It just says restoration exterior north wing tree removal. And it does have our copyright and the date it was taken and all the size information. So some of them have that. Some of them do not, especially the later ones. I think Maggie just didn't get to, so let's check that. This one has them too. So it just depends on how much she got through, but there are some that do not have tags. So some of them it'll say like, this one says Wainscott Passage, South Passage South, room 109. So that's really helpful because that tells you it's the South Passage. Yeah. So anybody who opens that would be able, plus I mean, that's a pretty easy one to figure out where that is. But some of them are not going to be that easy. So what I've done is I've imported them all into Lightroom. So bring this over here. So Lightroom, this has 94,000 photographs in it right now. And again, there's stuff that's mixed in here. I haven't been able to call them all. So this is Gilmore Cabin, for example.
Yeah.
But this is really helpful because you have a visual sort of screen, and if there is metadata attached to them, you can search it via the text field. So I can search for, let's say, Wainscott, if I can spell it correctly. And that should pull up everything that's tagged with that. So that's really helpful. And you can also search other metadata, but I think the keywords are going to be the most helpful. But like room, let's say 108. There you go. So those ones are tagged for the drawing room. Now, if I it doesn't include obviously ones that have not been tagged. So I think using Lightroom is probably your best option, but you can decide if you want something different. Just because it's easy to kind of sort through it. At least for me, having the visual way to sort is the easiest. And you can add tags. So like here we're in the, I'm gonna move this over a little bit. So I can click on this and then I can add tags over here. So this one has been tagged with architecture, Chad Keller, Montpelier, restoration, but you notice it doesn't have the most important information, which is it's the red room. So there's a lot of things like that. So there's over here is your keyword tags.
Yeah.
So I think for some of these, it's going to be easy and people can come in and whoever you hire can come in and find them. But for some of them, they have to really know what they're looking at. So that's all.
Do you know in all these are like with the name of these photos? That is where is that on Lightroom?
So on Lightroom, if you click on it, you see where it's coming up. It's coming up with the date. So that's how she's here. I'll go back to the. It's taking the file name directly from the photo. So the way Maggie named them was with the date, who took the photo, and then it's just a chronologic number based on that was the image of the day. So they're not labeled by room number, by location. It's all by date and photographer, basically.
Okay. What I'd be interested in Lightroom is whether or not you can create an Excel file or like a CSV file from all this data, like have the keyword tags associated with the name. And if we could do that, Lightroom would be great. Do you know if there's a way to scrape that off?
I don't. There might be a way. I'm sure there is probably a way to figure that out. I don't use it that way, so I just don't know. You can, let's see.
Export.
There might also be plugins that can do that, so you can add plugins to Lightroom.
Right. Somebody's probably done that then.
Yeah, so that's probably something you could figure out.
Mm-hmm.
But the other option would be like Adobe Bridge, but I feel like Lightroom is sort of Bridge but better. So you can decide. The only thing with Lightroom is it's gonna base it has to have your catalog has to live somewhere, and so it might be worth talking to Mike to put this on a shared drive. I know Lightroom is going towards cloud-based resources, but I haven't used that. It's a new feature. So it might be that you can upload it. I'm sure though they have file limits, and you're probably going to have to pay for if you want to put 100,000 photos on the cloud through them. But that's something you could look into. But right now it has to have a set location to access the files. So that's why it's referencing back to the hard drive.
That's going to be, I imagine, whoever's working on this is going to need to have this be in the cloud.
Yeah, I think that's probably
work now.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best option. I haven't used it that way. I know you can, but that feature wasn't around until recently. So yeah. So anyways, but I think the person that you hire is going to have to really want to know and figure things out, because like this photo here,
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's going to be very difficult to figure out where that is if it's not tagged.
Yeah.
It's probably in this front hallway.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Next to the fan light, but
Yeah, there it is.
Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So that is something people are going to have to like really have an understanding and really have worked with buildings in this condition before, because you don't learn this in school. I did not learn this in college, so it's something you sort of need to know what you're looking at. And like, this is easy for us to pick up because it's a pediment, a doorway.
Yeah.
But I think finding somebody that can really come in and look at these really random photos like that, it's gonna be a challenge. And that one is not tagged with the location. So some of these, it looks like they had a, so when you import photos, and I'm guessing this is what Maggie did, is she had a set metadata list that goes onto the photo. So architecture, her name, photos, Montpelier Restoration, and then she didn't come back and tag these with what they were. So that's the information that's missing. She just imported them with this like set keyword list. And so somebody's going to have to come in and figure out where this is and add those keywords to it. So that's going to be the tricky part. And maybe what you do is photos like that, just go, they tag them with some keyword like unknown, and you can make a smart collection out of that. So you can do, create a smart collection. And then if you put like keyword unknown location, it'll put all of your ones that you have an unknown location for into this smart collection. And then later on, John or me or Mark can go through and look at those and try to figure out where they are. So that might be your best option.
Yeah, I think most of these have, if you look at the photos on either side, there's enough context.
Yeah, yeah.
But
exactly.
It's going to take somebody who wants to do this, has some background in architectural preservation, and wants to get to know the main house like nobody's business. And it would be really good if they were local enough where they could, get to know the house and walk it and get to understand it.
Right.
To some extent, they could do it with a model as well, but obviously being in the house would be so much better.
Yeah, yeah.
And start to recognize things.
Exactly.
And just want to know, like, be driven to like be able to figure out every single one of these. It's in looking at the resumes, there's 4 that came up for me.
Yeah, I saw that.
Have some possibilities. Most of the other people either had GIS experience or archaeology experience, but nothing in architecture. So I just didn't see any point of even talking to them.
Yeah.
So how much is in Lightroom right now? And that's just, of course, on your computer. So
there are all the photographs. There's 94,251 photos in here. And I think that is everything. I've removed some from the files if I knew they were duplicates or if they were like personal photos or like not Montpelier sites. I've removed those. But somebody should verify that all of these are actually imported into Lightroom. And that only goes up until basically the end of the restoration. There's nothing current in that. And these are all in a specific, they call catalogs. So you can have different catalogs or collections of photos. So I have, this is one catalog that's just restoration photos. I have other catalogs that are like my research images of things that I've done field work for or done archival research at. And then I have a whole different catalog for like current photos from the South Yard and construction and temple and stuff like that. But this is in one catalog, and it's called Montpelier Restoration Photos.
And those are they, is that catalog encapsulate things that are everywhere, or?
Yeah, so that includes previews of, so when you import into Lightroom, these are all thumbnail images that it creates. It also has all of the metadata that is included with it, and your file location, and that's all saved in this kind of catalog. And you can export the catalogs as well, so you can save it and then open it elsewhere, like on a different computer. That's possible.
So for this one on the upper left, on the South Terrace, where is that one located? How do you figure out where that one is when you click on it?
So if you click on it, you can go Show in Explorer, and it'll pop up, and it'll open the file location of where that file lives.
Okay, so you've got this one saved on your internal hard drive.
Right. It's on an external. It should be on an external hard drive. But you can also go to Folder and Library, and so on the left here, this is my sort of, oh, it is on a different folder. Shoot. Okay.
Yeah, that's on your hard drive.
That's on my hard drive. Yep. So maybe that was a backup. I might have had this saved elsewhere.
Well, it makes sense it'd be on your hard drive because it'd be much faster to access.
Yeah, I think what happened is I have this on my hard drive, and then there's a backup on the restoration, like an external hard drive.
Okay.
I think that's what's going on. But you can you can go to Folder and Library and see it that way.
So your hard drive has everything is on your hard drive then. You've copied it over to the D drive, data partition 1.
Yeah, so it should be. So it's also on this H drive, but I guess it is also on the D drive. Yeah. So there's that Lightroom catalog.
Okay.
Is right here, and then restoration photos are here. So it is coming up on my my D drive, but it's all copied over on. It's the same exact files. It's just a copy that's on the external drive.
Okay. Yeah. That might be.
Oh my God, Matt! There's a kitten right behind me.
What?
Hold on. There's a kitten outside meowing at me. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. I want to see this.
Hi. Where are you from?
There it goes.
There it goes. Oh my God. Where did that cat come from? I heard a cat meowing behind me, and I was like, what the heck?
You startled me at first because I didn't have you up on my screen, and I was like, oh my God, it's another buck coming through a window.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'll try to find it after.
Yeah. Well, we found the right door to come to. So.
Yeah, seriously. A little black cat. So what's not included on here are the drawings. So I don't have those in Lightroom right now. They live on my computer under MCWB restoration drawings, which is in a folder called Mansion under Documents.
Under Documents, okay.
And then there's the CAD files of all of these. DuPont drawings, which are my first, second, and seller plan. PDFs of all of them. So you're probably gonna be most interested in the PDFs. And then the different time periods. Those are all CAD stuff. And then, so that's the MCWB ones. And then there's an ARD folder, and that's the ones that I did in like Chad and Gardner. And those are all labeled by room number. So that should be pretty easy to find. And again, we can put this all in one location, so that they're kind of easy to get to.
Yeah, it should be. Oh, I mean, it'd be easy enough, especially if somebody was using your computer because you have CAD on there to make these into PDFs.
Yeah, and
that.
some of them might be PDFs. Yeah, so under restoration drawings, some of them are made into PDFs. So what I need to do is just kind of, we need to pick a location where all this needs to live, basically, I think. And put it all in that location so it's easy to get to instead of it being sort of everywhere on my computer.
Yeah,
like I think
that the D drive would be a good place because that's got plenty of room, and also just the D drive is a good place to have things like this because you want to keep your documents is on your C drive, and that's where your programs are, and the more full that is, just the slower it goes. That's why I order these computers with the D drive, like a separate hard drive. And
I have some free space on there.
Yeah, well, you've used a lot on that. That's so. What is most of that, Jen? What do you think?
On the D drive, it's photos. It's all the restoration photos.
Okay. Wow.
So
I think that one of the keywords that we'll want to have on here is there a I did want to go over with you, Jen, the if you had a master list of the room numbers and the window and door numbers, how we were gonna, unfortunately now the model does not have the external walls separated by like 1797 east west north. It's all the mansion shell is one big thing. I'm meeting with Angie this week to tell her that she needs to break it up by period, by face, what face it is. But is there a designation for external walls? I know internal it's going to be like room number and then east, west, north, south, floor, or ceiling.
No, it's just basically, so this is the floor plan. There's no external like numbers or anything for the outside. It's all just, I guess, west elevation, east elevation, south elevation. But that gets tricky because then you have wing, you have 97. So
I was thinking just doing it by year.
Yeah.
And then, if it's a whole front, you default to the earliest year. I don't know. It gets, or you can have multiple tags. So,
yeah.
And then for the windows and doors, it looks
they are all numbered.
So they're numbered by room. And then I got you by room, and then there's 3 windows in the dining room.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the room, you could do the room elevation. See how it has this A4.15? That's a drawing number, but you could do, instead of the A4.15, you could put 105 in there, and then the west wall is elevation 1, this is elevation 2, this is elevation 3, this is elevation 4. You could do that, or you just do it room 105, north, south, east, and west. That could be something else as well.
Are any of the files or drawings, I mean the CAD drawings are labeled like 105 and then the 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah, so it's not, the CAD drawing is not, so let me open A4.15 and see what that actually looks like. So that references this drawing, which is the interior elevation of the drawing or the dining room.
Mhm.
And it's taken a second to pull it up. I wonder where that kitten went. Hope to get it. Okay, so yeah,
it'll come back.
yeah. So here you go.
I get you. There's 1, 2, 3. 1 is west, 2 is south. Okay, but it looks like
it's going off of this key right here in the document, in the drawing.
Okay. Yeah, just want to come up with a series of tags for everything that can be put into the photo metadata.
Right.
And it's like, obviously this one drawing right here, unless it was broken up into multiple drawings, which probably wouldn't make any sense, this would have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different keywords.
Right.
Like for the windows, the doors, the hearth, the floor, the ceiling, north, south, east, west. So those would all be tags that would go into the tag metadata.
Right.
So and then the same with a photo of the west elevation of that wall would have at least 3 tags.
Right.
The room, the wall number, the 2 windows, and yeah, that would be about it, because there's no ceiling related data or floor related data.
Yeah, so it does have a reflected ceiling plan here, and this room will have a floor. We'll have documents for the floor because it has the carpet tack evidence drawing for the floor, which is a separate drawing.
And that's in CAD.
It's in CAD. It's also in PDF. The kitten's back.
It's
Hold
back?
on, I'm gonna open. I hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe leave your door open and see if it'll creep in.
Come here, baby. Hi, come on. Aw. Here, I'm gonna open my door. Come on. Come on.
Do you have any food?
I don't. Not on me. I'll find some.
Down the I have some mackerel. I would love that.
Oh God.
Mackerel.
I need to bring cat treats with me when I travel. Come on. I don't know. He's out there. Well, he'll come in. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like I might be getting another kitten. Oh well.
Well, I guess for the CAD files, Jen, is what is on your what you just showed me on your computer under documents, is that most up to date? Is that like the most current CAD file, or are there earlier ones that we should not use?
These are the most up-to-date ones. So these are all at the end of the restoration.
The end of the restoration.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll put these all on the D drive, my D drive.
Okay.
And that'll all be together with all of this stuff.
That would be great, Jen, because that's a pretty tight
up there.
Like set of directories right there.
Yeah. So I'll put it there, and then I think this is when Will scanned the attic. That's his files for that.
Thorough files.
Yeah.
That's cool. Neat.
Oh, and it looked like when Mike copied over my files, there's a backup of my files on here. Yeah, so that can get deleted. And then one more location for stuff is the curatorial stuff. So I have a copy of it on the AHP preservation drive. And then if you go to architectural info Montpelier, these are all of the Montpelier buildings. And some of them just have photos in there. But this was started, I guess, when Tom was here, maybe. But the house does have some stuff, so it is under mansion. Yeah. And so like this is, I don't go in here very often, but like there's just like random stuff in here that might be useful to put in, wallpaper fragments, stuff like that. So and the tack hole drawing. So these are
those are from the restoration. Yeah,
those are from the restoration. Yeah.
Do you think those are repeated in your CAD files?
I'm not sure. I'll check. If I have the CAD files for them for sure, I just don't know where they are, but we'll find them. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's modern carpeting. Yeah, so this is like one of the, this is the wing, F100 is the drawing number, but it shows all the carpet tack stuff.
Okay. Okay.
But I can copy over relevant information to the D drive as well. So maybe that's what I'll do is I'll just kind of move everything or copy everything I think is relevant to this location. And then we can go from there.
If there's any way to avoid duplication, that would be great, because that would otherwise confusing. I mean you'll know that better than anybody, obviously. Like so because Tom would copy stuff to multiple locations.
Right.
And that's always a nightmare. Like I wouldn't want to have Tom's stuff and then your stuff, which is most up to date. Like I just wouldn't want to even consider Tom's stuff. I mean, it's good that he has copies of it, but when it's multiple, it gets a little insane. So
sure. Yeah, I'll copy all that over that, and I'll make sure there's no I'll try to make sure there's no duplicates.
Well, maybe if it's something that is that you're not sure that it's duplicated, is you could just label where it comes from.
Sure.
And I mean, I'm going to assume that like the carpet tack data would be in all the CAD files from the restoration, because that's where they would have come from. Tom wouldn't have made those up himself. He would have gotten that from the restoration files. Right.
I'll check and make sure it's there.
Yeah. So, and then what is the best location?
Sorry, it's getting cold. I'm gonna close my door a little bit.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know where the kitten went to. I don't see him. All right, we'll keep it.
You probably need to be suckered in. So
yeah,
that's right.
I might have some cheese in the refrigerator. I'll grab that. Let's see. Okay.
What are the best drawings, Jen, for like window numbers, room numbers, like the one you brought up? That was great.
So that's going to be under, and I'll copy this over. That's going to be in the MCWB restoration drawings folder.
Okay.
And you'll want to go to PDFs, and that's going to be in the A1 plans and first floor, second floor, third floor, or attic, basement. So the MCWB floor plans will have all of the door and window tags on them, and all of that information.
And for like the doors and windows, do you all already have a set of nomenclature for that, like 105 dash or I guess it's D105-2?
Yeah, exactly.
.2, like
normally you do like I've seen it multiple ways. Normally it's a backslash, but you can do it different ways. So that's something we can come up with.
Yeah, probably a dash would be better.
A dash would be better. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that is a different meaning, and like just, I mean, it's not, these won't be file names, but that messes things up in some structures. So and then the stairs, are those just by room number?
Yeah, I would just do them by room number. They don't have their own designation. So the back stair, this one does have its own room number. So the 17 65 stair apparently has its own room number, but the 97 stair, for instance, does not. That's just in room 106.
Okay.
So you could do it by room number or by date. I think it's easier by date, but that's up to you.
Yeah, it just needs to have a designation, so we know it's like not D105. It's
Right.
Right. S105, and then the same with the hearths. I mean, each room just has one hearth. So
yeah, each room should have one fireplace. So yeah, you could just do F, I guess, or
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would work out well, Jim, because the doors are like D118,
Yeah.
W118, and then H, and then S.
Yeah.
And then would need to do something for the walls.
Right.
Like 118, unless we just did 118-W-E-F for the floor, -C for the ceiling.
Right. Right.
But there's no nomenclature that already exists. That's what I'm asking.
Correct. Correct. There's nothing that exists for that.
Okay. Is there any standard in architecture?
Not really, because those things are always part of a room.
Mm-hmm.
So they're normally never called out. And you normally only have one of them in a room. So it's not like a door or a window where you're going to have multiple in a room. So they normally don't call those out. So we could come up with our own way of labeling the stairs and the fireplaces to make that work.
Okay. Yeah, just because every single building element that's in the come
here. I can hear it meowing. I'm sorry. I'm very distracted right now. It's out there.
Basically, I've got the model is actually online now. I'll send you a link to it.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's
Very
not
cool.
it's not the final model, but I got it down. I took what you have, basically what I put on your computer, and I merged it all into one massive file, and then I broke it into various sections for loading on the Esri's online system, and I'll send you that, and it works really well. I'm really excited about it. So you can go on an iPad or your phone with no connection to Montpelier and look at this thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send this to you.
Okay.
So, but I think that would be it makes it and obviously Angie needs to go back and make the corrections on the model from what you stipulated, and then break exterior walls into different faces.
Okay, that works.
So, but none of this stuff is labeled yet. I did some.
Yeah.
I labeled it like whether it's first floor or second floor, and whether windows.
Okay.
And it's yeah.
Can you hear this cat, Matt? Okay, he's out.
I can't hear it.
He's very loud. It's okay.
Is it meowing now?
Yeah, like nonstop. I'm gonna try to get him in my office before I have to give him my virtual tour.
Oh, I hear it. Yeah, very high pitched.
Yeah, it's a little black one.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get it, Matt. It's gonna be my.
I can tell. There's no doubt.
Come here. I'll give you food. I know. I see you. Okay. All right. Sorry.
That's all right. Well,
okay.
Well, cool. Well, what I'll do is I'm just trying to. Oh my goodness! I'm looking at I'm seeing these doors have. Oh yeah, the double doors have 2 door numbers.
Right, because they're separate leaves.
Okay, that'll be these will just have to be 3 and 4 in the model, because they're all like one building element.
One plane, yeah.
Yeah, one element. So cool. I will Yeah, if you wouldn't mind sending me this,
Sure.
the first floor, the cellar, and the second floor, that'd be great.
Those should be in a what I sent to Angie in Google Drive, but I will send you a link.
All right, cool. That sounds great.
Okay.
And I'll send you the
Cool.
link for the model, and you can look at that. But
Okay.
she hasn't done any corrections on that yet. So
Okay.
but well, this is very helpful, Jen. When are you here till?
Technically till October 31st, but because the kitchen's gonna keep going on, I'll be around. And my house, I'm not selling my house quite yet, so I'll be up here on weekends to fix it, and to check in on the kitchen. So if you need stuff, I will be around. But my first day in Williamsburg is November 9th.
November 9th. Okay. Have you picked out a house down there to live in?
I asked, I put in an application for 2 houses. The one I really want is the George Pitt house.
Oh yeah.
And the other house is this Scrivener store. But I really want the Pitt house, so we'll see. We'll see if I get it. They have to go through like a committee and all this stuff. So.
Well, it seems like you'd be a shoo-in being architectural.
I hope so. I hope so.
That is amazing. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I was suggesting that we do a party for you out of the kitchen with a bonfire. I don't know, or even
that would be lovely. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah,
lovely.
I thought socially distanced. It'd be outside. I'd build the bonfire.
Perfect. I will take that. I love that idea. And Christian's was really nice last year. So yeah.
Yeah, that was very cool. That was a precursor. Yeah. So do you think the fireplace will be ready by then?
Well, it's technically ready right now. I'm hoping they'll get the brick floor in the next couple weeks, and then we could definitely use it. So yeah.
That's cool.
See how that goes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
This is good stuff. And I've recorded all this, so it can always reference back to it. I figured this would be, I'll just put this on YouTube, and whoever you hire could just listen to it and see it.
They're gonna be like, why is this woman looking at this damn cat? There's a kitten out there, I swear.
Well, hopefully they like cats too, if they're any kind of decent people. So this is all recorded now. Great.
It's in posterity, so perfect.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks, Jen. Appreciate it. I'll send you the link to the model. So,
okay, that sounds good.
It's really fun to look at online, because you on the right hand side you can just click the radio boxes for first floor, second floor, and exterior, and they turn on and off. And
cool.
Look in, and it's really it actually not being logged in for some reason. It works even better.
He's in.
Oh, I see. Oh, what a cutie.
All right.
He peeked in. He didn't see any food, so
he's louder. I can hear him. See, random person watching this from now, there was a cat.
There was.
All right. He's out there. He's looking at me. Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna catch this cat, and then I have to do a virtual tour.
All right. Good luck with the cat tour. Bye,
I'll send you a picture. All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.